Yo, what's up, bro? YouTube. Alright, I just finished recording or finished editing the bound2u breakdown video. Here's a little message from Cyber. I'll put it on the screen right now. It gets pretty boring towards the end. The first half of the video is pretty W, but I kind of like got messy with the structure of the video type thing. So it's kind of all over the place, but it's still pretty W to learn off of because I do show like all the production tricks. You can learn a bit. I'll get into the vid right now. Let's go. Wow.
Alright, we got bound2u FLP breakdown. Hopefully the audio is, I'm gonna turn my mic up a little bit, but we got the bound2u breakdown. You can listen to the song if you haven't first, but I'm gonna go show the demo version of the song real quick because the demo version sounds completely different. This is like before I did anything on it. This is mainly just like Cyber's ideas. I helped with the chords a little bit. I remember the second chord was like kind of not there yet, and then I was like, just do this chord. But yeah, here is the demo version of bound2u. I'll play it right now. I just realized that you are not able to hear that. My bad, bro. Hold up, but the flip, bro. You guys can hear that now. Okay, let's go.
And if only I didn't feel so lonely, won't stick around. That's not what you told me. I'm feeling bound to you. All the feelings I found through you. Looking for a way out. It's no way out. You know I tried looking after you. You don't even love yourself. I was a minute, wait a minute. You don't need no one else. Turn my neck, I could rest when I'm finally dead. Used to fill my days up, but now you can save you. I know you're feeling lonesome. That shit don't involve me. What I told you, I thought I knew better. Damn, I didn't even trust myself. Down for the count when I'm down, and now you know, boy, I don't need no one. And if only I didn't feel so lonely, won't stick around. That's not what you told me. I'm feeling bad.
But yeah, that is the demo version of bound2u. I heard it and I was like, damn, bro, let me do the production on this because it sounds crazy, and I want it to sound like full potential type beat type thing. Holy shoot, bro, like this is amazing. The new version be from a year ago, so the mixer tracks are like all over the place, as you can see. Yeah, I don't mix like that anymore, and there's probably gonna be like some parts of this where I'm like, oh, I didn't know I did it like that. But yeah, it's just because I mixed it a year ago and then finally finished doing the whole song this year, 2 weeks before the song came out, maybe, probably. So first off, I made a list of what I'm gonna go through first, but for this little intro part, I'll just play that real quick. You know, the little simple stuff.
And if only
I did the freaking these little 1 2 3 4s. I made those sound different because I was like, they sound more pleasing to listen to over and over again type thing. We made the little drums come in, little kick, you know, little kick snare action. I don't know what it's from because we actually went through like 3 different project files of this song because the other ones just kept on breaking for some reason. As we were like adding more stuff into the song, the like FLP would just stop working. Pretty annoying stuff happening with FL Studio 20 because FL Studio 21 wasn't out at the time. So having those issues were pretty annoying because we had to keep restarting the production of the song. But luckily, we were always able to get like the stems out of the song, which is like life-saving because we needed those pretty badly. Next up, we got the little snare. It is this one. That's the original snare from the demo, probably from Splice, not gonna lie. And then this one, for sure 100% from Splice, because I was using Splice a ton, and I still do use Splice a ton. I love Splice, bro, but their stupid web app keeps freaking logging me out every like 20 seconds, bro. Like, I want them to fix that so bad, bro. Like, but yeah, that's that little intro part of the drum and the stuff like that. Next up, I'll go into the verse section, this little part.
I didn't feel so lonely. Won't stick around.
We gonna go through that part real quick. So first up on the list I'm gonna go to the guitars. So the guitars on this is a Charvel Pro Mod DK 2-part DK 24 whatever. I don't even know what the name is. It's a stupid long name. I think it was like on the 3rd pickup or something like that. And if you want me to get even more specific with it, I was using like I was using the regular Slinky Ernie Ball strings. I was using the Tortex Dunlop Jazz 3 picks, I think, like the black ones. I forgot what they are. I know they're like over like 1 millimeter or something like that. But like with the Tortex picks, bro, or like any guitar picks, always go for the heavier one, because the thin ones, they actually just sound like too tinny on guitars. And like it always just sounds nice to use a thick pick on like recordings and stuff like that. Feels nicer too. You'll like actually like feel the difference. Let me go find the track that this is on. This is on this track. We got the little archetype Corey Wong going on. I'm pretty sure, I'm not gonna open it because I don't want the thing to crash, but I'm 100% sure that it is the amp that's on the right, and then I'm using a guitar cabinet impulse response so that it sounds not like Corey Wong. In order to get the guitar to sound like this type thing, you gotta like layer it with the same exact take but like pitched up an octave, and then bring the volume down, because this is what it sounds like without that. It sounds kind of like whatever, but then when you do that, it sounds like this. That's like a little bit of like sauce type thing. If you don't want your guitars to sound too dry but like still kind of like affected type thing, like bring it up an octave on the chords and then bring the volume a little bit down, and then it'll sound pretty W. And then you could make everything sound way more fuller because it fills out the low frequency, like the low mid frequencies, and then the higher mid frequencies, but not like all the way up on the highs, and then not all the way down on the lows too, because it's guitar. Yeah, pretty W guitar sauce. Then we got the little wah section. Pretty W. This is that same guitar, same exact techniques of everything. It pretty much is just like Corey Wong. The Daily Mail pedal has like a wah feature, and then I'm also using the guitar amp that's all the way to the left. It's like a like direct input guitar amp. It's pretty W. It sounds very nice with the wah. Let me check if I have anything. I have a little bit of reverb. Room reverb is actually like the best thing on guitars, bro, because you don't want your guitars to sound too in the middle, but you want them to sound a little bit wide. So when you do the room reverb, it's like it fills up the wideness type thing. Don't overdo the room reverb, but also like don't underdo it type thing. I don't know. It's a very weird tip type thing. I don't know. It's like you gotta like be smart with it. It's just up to your ears. Up to how the whole entire song mixes. Yeah, that's how I figured out like the sweet spot of it and everything. And then you layer everything together, and then you sound like this. I forgot to mention one thing. If you want your guitars to sound wide and like W type thing, what I like to do is I double track everything. So this whole thing right here, like these two are the same exact thing, just duplicated 1 octave up, normal octave, and then these two, a whole new take of the same exact notes being played, the same exact style, like trying to replicate the style as good as possible. And then I did the same method, octave up type thing, and then I like pan them both to like a comfortable amount type thing so that they sound like equal. Usually I would do like the same exact amount panned right now because it's like OCD type thing, I guess. I don't know, but I guess in this one it just sounded better when I did it like this. For some reason I was on some like mixing nerd type stuff, still am, but like, you know, calmed it down a little bit. And then did the same for the wah, double track, pan. It sounds insanely nice. There's really no other way to like, you could use doublers and stuff like that, but just take the time to like actually put like the double tracking in, because that sounds like very, very nice. I do it all the time for like everything. Yeah, we got the same like kick snare pattern that was going on in the little intro right here. Pretty simple. Like it's just this pretty much the whole entire song. And then like these little like weaker kicks is just the kick turned down, not in like the mixer track, but like, you know how FL21 has where you could do like the whole thingy like this type thing. Yeah, it's just that it makes the kick be weaker while also keeping the same like preset on it, so it keeps the same like presence, I guess. I don't know, it just sounds like more realistic to do that. On the kick I have just an EQ. I like taking out the bass of kicks a little bit because it leaves more room for like the subs. Like the more you take out, the more you can hear of every other frequency. And I turned down the highs a lot because I think there was just too much highs. And yeah, it worked out. I'll go through the drums right here too. It's literally just a shaker. Yeah, nothing like crazy or anything like that, but it still adds texture because it adds variety to the drum loop instead of copying from the past part, I guess. And then yeah, you just kind of hear that little extra, like that little extra spice type thing. Yeah, sound W, bro. That's like a little fill. No bass on this part because the bass hasn't came in yet. Just kind of looped the guitar, looped the drum loop, added like variety in the fills type thing. You can see like right here. Yeah, pretty W. Midway through the verse though, on the second half of it, I added this looper shake, or the shake looper. Wait, I added this shake loop. Yeah, I added this shake loop and it comes in, like it fades in. It doesn't hard come in because when it hards come in, it doesn't sound pleasing. But when it slowly comes in type thing, it does sound pleasing. So I made it come in slowly and it sound W. Yeah, just a shaker, nothing like crazy. And then we got Cyber's vocals, pretty W. I'll play like the transitions and everything just so you could like get the whole idea of how things are transitioning in the song. Yeah, that's how the song transitions from there to like, would this be a verse? I guess the one before this was the hook. I don't know song structure stuff, so yeah, don't go crazy on me type thing. I brought back the little 1 2 3 4s, but I did a little editing on them so it's variety and it also transitions to like some more impactful stuff. You can see right here, I did all these little cuts. It's literally just like the 4 being like choppy type thing. Yeah, it sounds cool because that's where it transitions. I'll show the transition 2 right now real quick. Yeah, that's like the whole transition part. Sound pretty W. There's a lot more going on in this, but basically what the guitar is doing is, I think it's the same exact take as this. Same exact take. This is controversial, I guess, but I don't like doing all my guitars in one take when I'm recording because it's like I want the recordings to be like the cleanest possible thing. I've like done enough of like splicing together loops and stuff like that to where like it does sound like one take, and like I could hide if like the loop is being kind of splicey sounding. I'm able to hide that because I just know how to like record loops. But yeah, you can see the bass and everything not recorded in one take because I want the cleanest sound possible, bro. That's literally like 2024, bro. We getting clean mixes, bro. Every song produced by me, cleanest mix you'll ever hear, bro. Actually, splice the freaking guitar loop right here, and then we changed it up a little bit. Instead of doing like the choppy chords, we just did the whole like playing it all together, just the whole chords basically. I'll play that real quick, but I gotta sneeze, so I'm gonna take a second to sneeze real quick. Yeah, that's what that sound like. Pretty W. Same exact recording technique, same exact preset, same exact guitar, same exact amp. Nothing really going on type thing. Let me see up my list real quick. We got bass up next. I'll go through the bass specs real quick so that you guys know that real fast. It is a Ibanez SR300E using, I guess, regular slinky bass strings. I don't know what bass strings. I'll put the pack because I remember what pack I got. But yeah, I'm doing that. I didn't know how to record bass. I didn't know how to work this bass, even though that's like, it's a guitar basically, like structurally wise type thing. But I didn't know how to like, I didn't know what the knobs did. I'm not gonna give any info on that, but it was recorded pretty improperly. Let me find the preset that the bass is on real quick. 48. 48 right here. That's 78. 48. I'm using Parallax. I don't think anything crazy is going on because I have no idea how to use bass mixing plugins. And as you can see, there's a lot of EQs and denoisers and compression stuff and all that dumb stuff going on. But whatever worked was working, so I just kept it like that. Basically, the only thing that carries like the bass mix and the everything mix of this song is like this master preset that I made when I was first starting production, because I heard about like mastering and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh, I'll make a master preset, I guess. So I did it. I'll list all the producers who like gave me like the sauce kind of, but didn't really like make the preset for me type thing. We got Summit, crazy producer, bro. Like actually like big inspiration to me. We got Delto. Posted about Fruity this fast distort on the master, and I was like, that's kind of real. So I did it. OTT, kind of just a plugin that I've always used. Wave Shaper. We got freaking, who told me about Wave Shaper? It's my friend Roa. My friend Roa taught me about Wave Shaper and like turning it up a little bit to get like the clipping kind of the mix. Yeah, but shout out Summit, shout out Delto, shout out Roa, cause I would not have known about freaking these methods if it wasn't for them. And shout out me too, cause I just threw everything together and made it sound good. And also I turned this into a plugin. It's like just 3 buttons kind of. There is like a laser disperser thing that I put in there, but you don't gotta pay attention to that, cause it was when I was making like the EDM like mixes, I guess. I don't know, I like making EDM music sometimes. I like doing like sound design and getting all nerdy about freaking Serum and freaking plugins and all these crazy weird routing things, and I don't know, I'd be a big freaking music nerd, bro. But I just used that mastering method to carry my mixes. I don't use it anymore, not gonna lie. I do highly suggest, if you're starting out production or starting out like trying to get like good mixes type thing, to like use that, cause it's very starter friendly. I did not know how to mix without that preset for like years. Pretty much every beat has been like a more upgraded version of that like preset, and then I finally just like turned it into a preset, like a patcher preset, cause I knew that was like the final version of it type thing. And then I decided that I'm not gonna use it anymore cause I want to learn how to actually mix. But definitely use it if you're starting out. It'll make your mixes sound like way beefier and more like impressive if you use it right. Like you can see like everything is turned down pretty low cause it beefs it up like that much type thing. It's very good though. Get it if you want. If you don't want to, then you don't have to, but I love it, and it's carried my mixes through pretty much every song that I've made up to here. Yeah, back to the bass though, my bad. It's just like spliced up bass. I'll play it real quick so you can see. Yeah, pretty W bass. I like doing the splicing method because you could do like a lot of cool things with like pitch and stuff like that. Like right here, this is the second half of that section, but we're gonna play it anyways right now because it is transitioning the bass differently while also changing it up a little bit. Some writing sauce for this part, or like any parts of the song type thing. Have the first half of the like section be like pretty like W sounding, but also what makes it even more W sounding as things are going on is to just like change up the second half a tiny bit and like just not making it like repetitive, I guess. So like right here, I just made the bass line a little bit different and it worked out because it sounds good. I'll play it real quick. Yeah, sounds pretty W. Just like making things not repetitive is very needed. Like you could see like in here, the drums, they're not like the same exact pattern throughout the whole thing. They're switched up a little bit. Just very nice to switch things up. Yeah, going through the drums, there's a lot of different stuff in the project file now, as you can see. The same kicks, same snares, but a lot of new other percussion elements. I'll go through those real quick just cause, yeah, project breakdown. What the flip, bro? So I'll play the drums isolated real quick for you. It literally is just a kick right here, so I'm just gonna start right here, not gonna lie. But yeah. That's the drum loop. Sound pretty W. It's just a lot of splice loop and some samples that I have from my thing that I made. This is a ride cymbal from the Joe Boy Lit Drums 2, I guess. Very W though. Let's see what's going on in the mixer channel. I'll leave these on while I'm playing it just so you have like the base of everything. We got freaking Lux Verb to bring out the reverb a little bit. I don't think it's really doing anything. Very small reverb, very large width, low cut. Not really making the highs shine through as much with the reverb, so it leaves room for like other stuff. Very important. Then we got Kickstart W plugin. It's literally just a side chaining plugin. We got this other loop too, this little bongo loop. Pretty W bongo loop. It's literally just vocoding the bongos a little bit so that it makes them sound a little bit more like pew 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 type thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like dispersing it in a way, panning them to go like left and right type thing. Then we got the freaking EQ doing this little thing. Then we got this little fast drum loop, but it's not really fast, bro. What the flip? How do you do that? It's literally just halftime. Holy moly. Halftime is a W plugin. It basically makes everything be played in halftime by like slowing it down as if it was like gross beating it type thing. Pretty W. This is the EQ for it. Makes it sound like a radio. Sound pretty W, bro. Little shaker action. Same shaker as like before. Brought back the shaker loop. But this shaker, the one on top right here, is making the like impact of it type thing, because it has the low end in it, and then the shaker on the bottom, this one, is the high end of the shaker. Pretty W method. Going to like before the drop type thing, we have this little symbol thing. This is just a virtual riot sample that is being like slowed down by a tiny bit because the BPM was different. Yeah, that's the words. Pretty W virtual riot splice sample. All these samples were spliced. The virtual riot sample right here, the freaking shaker loop, this drum loop, this bongo loop, and this is from the lit drums too. Pretty W. I like doing impacts because impacts sound cool, so I used a crash for the impact. This is another splice sample, I'm pretty sure. Either splice or my drum kit thing. I don't know which one, but it's having the impact transients being taken out by just fading the volume. I'm pretty sure I just did this. The freaking... Oh, I did that basically. And then it worked. It worked out fine type thing. With some reverb on it. Pretty W. Second half, same exact thing. Except I added this little transition part. I basically just used chimes for a transition because I know that More Kismet does that and it sounds very nice. But instead of leaving the transition to be like a faller type thing instead of a riser, I turn it into riser by just reversing it and then taking out the lows, I'm pretty sure. But this is what this sounds like. Pretty W. That's it for this section. Structure wise, the bass, switch that up midway through. The drums, you could keep completely the same, except mess with the kicks a little bit so that it has more variety of the way the song is like transitioning. And also I took out the wah guitar because the song is kind of like builds up to the freaking the other like verse, I guess. I don't know, I'm just gonna call it a verse because I'm bad with like song structure naming type thing. But this is the transition for that whole part. I'll play it real quick. Yeah, that's the transition. It's kind of a build up to another build up, but it sounds cool. Brought back the freaking guitars right here. Literally just copy pasted it. Still no wah guitar because it is building up. This isn't like a drop or anything. Had the impact of the song be very simple bass line like this. Yeah, just very simple bass line. Nothing's changing in the bass line because it is like more build up, and it's also so simple that you don't really have to change anything for it to be more variety because the bass line already has variety in the way that you use the other samples. Pretty W thinking in song structure. Cyber changes the flow again type thing. We got the freaking this little thing. It's doing its thing. Same kicks, same snares, but different kick pattern. What the flip, bro? What? The shaker comes in halfway through the first half of it so that it's building up every 2 measures, I guess, to like the big hook, I guess. Build up method, I guess. Just add more every 2 measures so that it's W. But yeah, added the shaker loop midway through. Same shaker loop from there. Drums, brought back the drum loop right here, and then brought back this drum loop right here, and then brought back this drum loop right here. I'll play the drums alone real quick so you can hear that. That's pretty much the drum loop for that part, and then it goes back into this riser that I forgot to say that I used in the beginning. And then there's also this little like goofy thing in the song. That's just Cyber doing like a little bit of like editing to it type thing. That's pretty much that section. Nothing really new going on type thing. For this section, it is like the whole like drop type thing. There's like a lot more going on with the like bass and drum structure and kind of guitar structure. I don't know. It's just like using one break like this section, giving that tension and then letting the tension go like for the rest of the part, and that sounds pretty W because it's like just a big like burst of energy type thing, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Pretty W method. I'll play the way this whole part sounds because it is very different.
I just feel so lonely. Wants to go around. That's not what you told me. I'm feeling bound to you. All the feelings I found. Do you looking for a way out? There's no way out. Do you know how?
Yeah, that's the way that part sounds. Pretty W. Like what I said, make tension in this area and then release all the tension right here. What's different from this part to this part is like there's no second pause, so it's like an actual like chorus of the song type thing. Yeah, that's a good way to explain it, I guess. So the regular guitar, I'll go through that real quick. We got the freaking same exact guitars as this part, except I added the first half of it that was supposed to be in the previous parts. I put into the second part of it so that it like is the chorus type thing, I guess. I'll play the way the guitar sounds real quick just so you can hear the switch up. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. Like you literally just play what should have been there type thing instead of making it just a break. Yeah, same snares, same exact drum patterns and everything. Everything just comes in right here how it would be like. What's a good way to explain this? Basically, I took right here and then copy and pasted it here and then just making as if this was this part type thing. Yeah, that's a kind of good way to explain it, but also not. Freaking, we got the bass. I'll go to the bass real quick. Yeah, I'll go through what this is in a second. In order to make the bass hit like that and the whole like section of the song hit like that, you kind of got to add like drum fills type thing, because drum fills be like bringing a lot of impact to everything. This is what the drum fill sounds like. I don't know what drum fill this is. I think that's a Virtual Riot drum fill. That's some record scratches. And this is some more record scratches from the same loop, I think, just dragged right here. What this is, underscores, impact, sounds pretty W. Alright, so what this part is, this little halftime, what it's doing is halftiming the entire beat so that it like just halftimes it, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, bro. It's like, it just makes everything sound like it's getting deeper. I got this method from Funeral's Super Plastic album. It just gave me like the inspiration of doing this type thing because it's in a lot of the songs actually, I think. I'll play one of them right now just so you can hear what I'm like talking about. I use that to transition the song and some risers. I don't know, it's just like simple. The beat, I'll play that without the vocals real quick just so you can hear the way the impact of the beat is with the halftime and the transition and the freaking everything, bro. That's what that sounds like. Very like energetic, bro. I love the way that beat switch sounds, bro. Structure wise, brought back the freaking wah guitar because it's a beat switch, and on the beat switch I wanted everything to be like not as instrument based. I was about to say instrumental bass, but not as instrument based. So it's using just like a lot of like 808s and stuff like that. This is the part that like me and Cyber were stuck on for like the longest time. Like we actually tried like so many different like methods, then we just realized that it does sound good. I don't know, lots of like mixed feelings about this part. There was gonna be like a guitar solo. I don't have the version with that on it, but I didn't like the way it sounded in there. We tried to get some people on the song and it just didn't fit the song. And I also think that like we just ended up thinking the song doesn't need a feature. We put a lot of thought into it, but yeah, the beat switch is basically these guitars, which are also the intro guitars. Copy and paste it again. But what I did was, instead of having this part be like this, I dragged it to there so that it gives it more like motion type thing. I'll play that, how this sounds real quick. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Adds a lot more motion in the loop. The wah guitars are the same exact thing. Pretty W wah guitar. Yeah, same kick still, but there's a different snare. Holy moly. 808s and stuff like that. We got the freaking, I don't know what 808 this is, but if you know what it is, then that's pretty W. Little Chase the Money 808. The beat is pretty outdated, so that's why there's a Chase the Money 808 in there. I did not know how to mix 808s when I was making this, because I'd never really used them, so they sound kind of in this beat. But like coming back a year later, I made them sound like way better type thing, just because like I learned over time. Freaking this little drum pattern thing, I love these drum patterns so much because they're just like drag and drop ready type thing. It's a splice kit drum loop type thing. Nothing's really going on in them. I'm just bit crushing it using effector and then EQ, making it look like a radio type thing to give it the radio effect. And then there's this little preset that I have in Serum that does like the little like bounce beat like laser type thing. Pretty W. Kind of like harsh on the ears to listen to like alone, but in the beat it sounds fine. Got these little chimes. Yeah, little impact type thing. Second half of the beat switch, there's this little like shaker that comes in. I think this is the same exact shaker, but the volume is turned down. The 808 pattern is switched up right here, as you can see. Pretty W. Yeah, sounds very nice. What's next to go through? Oh, the freaking guitars switch up. The guitars are very switched up right here, as you can see. The guitars are just chopped basically, but you can see that I made them sound cool right here, and then I toned it down a little bit right here, and then made everything like reverse. Not reverse, I made everything kind of like dragon type thing, just because there's a transition right there. Second half, I brought in this little like triangle loop. Pretty W triangle loop. It's from the low file kit. That dude is crazy at producing, bro. Kicks are always changing because that sounds cool. I think that's it for this part, not gonna lie. Second half, I took the Chase the Money 808 out and then had the hi-hats going. Yeah, pretty W. Next part, I'll play right now because there's nothing else to go through in this part. So I just let most of that part play. I'll probably like cut through some of it in the video, just so like the important parts are in there. We got the little halftime on the first thing so that it gives it way more impact type thing. Kind of W gameplay move right there. I took out a lot of the guitar stutters and chops and all that just cause variety choices. And then I'll play this part again so you can hear it. Yeah, that's what that sounds like. Without it, it sounds like this. It's just kind of boring, and the impact adds a lot more like oomph to it type thing. I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like, bro, not gonna lie, towards this part of the video, bro, like I'm just freeballing it, bro. Like, I don't know what to talk about. Hopefully you guys understand a little bit. Got these little synths. They're Serum and Analog Lab. The pads are from a modified preset of the Days God pads, I think. And then we got the freaking Analog Lab. Oh shoot. We got the Analog Lab. Pretty W preset. Cyber changes the flow on here, as you could tell in the song if you listen to it. Pretty W freaking vocal switch up. Everything is kind of just variety. in this part. There's nothing really to go through. I added little reverse kicks. It's just I rendered this little one and then I reversed it and then I lowered the volume and I pitched it up a little bit so that it brings off the lows and also makes it more like you could hear the scratching of the audio. I don't know how to explain it. It was just W move type thing. I brought back a drum loop from here and put it over there so that it kind of brings back the reusing samples type thing. That's pretty much it, bro. Like, there's not really anything else that was like added. Did another halftime ending for the transition. I'll play the transition and then we'll get to like the closing of the song and then I'll just end the video. Like, that's what that sound like. The outro, I'm pretty sure you've heard it before if you listen to the song. Not gonna play the whole thing because it's not like anything going on really. It is just the guitars from the intro, these ones, except I took out the high end, not the high end, the up an octave one, just so it's just like the regular dry guitars. And it also doesn't make it seem like the song is gonna go somewhere after that. Like, this just makes it seem like the song is ending and you could tell that it's ending because you see the freaking timeline bar and the freaking, and then I did the wah guitars that sound like this. And what that is it's just this part right here from this section. It's just that section, and then I put the wah guitar preset on it so that it sounds like a wah guitar. Pretty W. There's no drums in it other than this one kick. But that's so that it makes the impact hit harder. So that it's like, oh, dang, that sounds cool. Yeah, little impact of the underscores. I like that one. Left the low end in it because it sounds W. Freaking the vocals are in there. Sounds pretty W. They're like this because when Cyber rendered it to me, it was like, it had this little high end buzz in it. Yeah, I also didn't want the reverb to like be in there, but the reverb was in there anyways. Doing that little like fade out method kind of made it sound like a room reverb, and I was like, dang, that sounds kind of W. So yeah, just left it in there. That's pretty much it though. Other than that, there's just like this little like, yeah, pretty W method. I think that's just the guitars being half-timed. Yeah, halftime guitar method. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. I hope I went through everything that people wanted, like specific guitars and all that, and specific bass, specific amps. I'm not gonna go through the cabs because the cabs, I'm gatekeeping those, not gonna lie. But yeah, that's the song. I hope it wasn't too like boring, and I hope I edit it good. I'll upload another vlog soon. I already started recording it. Link will be in the description of everything. Listen to the song if you haven't, bro.